Good morning, boys and girls. This week we're going to be studying heat wave stories. This includes vocabulary and all the different stories that talk about the heat wave. Now, as you guys may have noticed, it's been a little hot these last couple of days. So it's perfect that we're actually learning about heat waves, the types of vocabulary like temperatures, what it means, and also the kinds of things that we should be doing to keep cool this summer. It's the perfect story to start off the summer school program. I want to show you a little bit about how we use Quizlet. I've had a couple students already ask me, Mrs. Godoy, I don't know where to start. So this tutorial is going to help you hopefully get a better understanding of what we need to do. Now, I sent everybody a link. It's in Google Classroom. Once you select that link, you need to add yourself to my class. I am able to see if you are in my class. You can always email me if you're not sure. And the way I do that is I go to class progress. And so far, I can see that Valessa and Yesenia are the only two students that are fully logged on to my Quizlet classroom. Now, you can still practice and do the learning, the spelling, and flashcards without being associated to the class, but if you don't use the link that I sent you, I won't be able to see your progress. So it's important that you do log on at some point today, tomorrow, and add yourself to my class. I'm going to be checking this daily. So I can see by looking at the progress that Valessa has already practiced learning, and she did this a week ago, so way to go, Valessa. The pattern, the way it starts is you start by learning the flashcards. So if you go to the top, you're going to see a section that says study. The flashcards are the vocabulary that you need to learn. So you can see a picture. It's always going to show you a picture and it's going to give you the definition. If you are not sure what it says, because some of these words may be a little hard, here's an awesome feature you can use.
A measure of the warmth or coldness.
It will actually read it to you. And you can do that a couple of times. Now, I want you to listen to it so that you read along as well. So once it reads it to you,
A measure of the warmth or coldness.
then I want you to read a measure of the warmth or coldness. Now, this is just showing you a definition. It's not actually showing you what the vocabulary word is. So when you click to flip here in the bottom, it's going to show you temperature. So if it makes it easier for you, again, you could have it read it to you. Temperature.
Temperature.
Temperature. Now practice the word a couple of times, temperature, then click to flip. Temperature is a measure of the warmth or coldness. So on the right, you'll be able to see a thermometer and it's measuring the temperature. It'll also show you the progress at the bottom of the screen. It says 1 out of 10. This means there are 10 vocabulary words that you need to practice and learn. You can practice and learn as many times as you need to. I recommend that you do because some of these vocabulary words are a little more challenging. They're more science-based. So the more we practice, the better we'll learn. When we go to the top, we're going to scroll right back up. And you should be able to see, again, where it says Quizlet, it shows you the cards. So say we've already gone through the 10 cards. Now I want you to learn them. And the way you do that is you go to Learn. And it's going to give you some vocabulary words. Now, if you didn't practice the cards first, this is going to be very challenging. Now, you can see the term first, or you can play the audio. So let's try both.
Any large fire that spreads rapidly and is hard to put out.
Okay. Now, if you didn't practice your vocabulary, you are not going to know what this word means. So we can always see the term
Sweat.
first. We can sweat. What is sweat? So this actually is asking you to type in what sweat means. Now again, if you just type anything, it's not going to give it to you correctly. So sweat, we can say, I don't know.
Sweat, to perspire, especially after exercise.
Okay, so it's going to make you copy the answer if you're not sure what it means. Sweat means to perspire, especially after exercise.
Arctic region.
And it'll tell you to practice. So even if you're not sure what the words are, and just to let Dado know because it's still going to teach you, I want you to get to the point where it's really fluent and you know what it means. If somebody asks you, what does it mean? You can tell them. Now, for this section, when you practice, it does want you to put exactly the same words that you read. Now, for the next one, it says speller.
Cookout.
Okay, a cookout. Okay, it wants to know, you're going to spell it, the word. So the word was, we're going to replay audio.
Cookout.
Cookout. So you're going to practice spelling the word. So this is also practice some spelling. Cook out. Now you're going to notice that when you put it in,
COOK-O-U-T, cookout.
if you spell it wrong, it's going to spell it right for you. And then it's going to ask you to do it again. So for this one, there's a hyphen, so we're going to try it again. Cook out.
Air conditioning.
And
air conditioning.
Once you get it right, then it progresses you to the next step. So it is pretty awesome. There is a section called test. Now test, I don't want anybody to touch the test part till Friday. What happens is if you test, then whatever your answers are, that's what I'm going to score. So test should be the last thing you do on Friday. But in the meantime, you should be practicing your flashcards, you should be learning, you should be practicing the spelling. You can also play some games. I haven't, there's a game called Scatter. And the point is to make everything disappear. So you're going to drag corresponding items to each other to make them disappear. So it's kind of like matching. And so for example, summer. Summer is a period of hot, usually sunny weather. It disappears. Okay, let's see. Temperature, a measure of warmth or coldness. Sweat, there's a picture to help you also, is to perspire, after you exercise. So you can see how you're basically playing a game, but it's also testing your knowledge. Then we've got one last game. It's called Gravity. And this one's a little bit more challenging. It says, so this is something that, again, I recommend you do Gravity before you take a test. Let's get started. I'm going to go to easy, and we're going to start with a term. Watch out for the red asteroids. If you miss the term, it will destroy your planet. Okay, so you have to think heat wave, and you have to type it, a period of hot weather. Oh, now, did you see how it didn't take the answer? That's because I didn't put it exactly how it's spelled. So that's why I recommend that you do this at the end. So see, a period of hot and usually humid weather. So I missed it. I have to practice it again. A period of hot and usually humid weather. So that's it, boys and girls. So remember, start by learning your cards, practicing the flashcards. Do these a lot over and over. You can flip them. You can read them to you. Practice with a family member. And then I will be able to, again, see your progress as you progress